Hey everybody, look what I got. A bunch of Otocinclus catfish. 10 of them to be precise. And, there's actually a few reasons why I got some Otocinclus catfish. First and foremost, I already have an Otocinclus catfish somewhere in this 40-gallon tank. Now, he's a small fish in a big tank. I don't know where he is exactly at the moment, but his name is Manuel. Get it? Manuel, my auto. You car guys ought to get that joke. But the point is, Otocinclus are fish that like to be in groups. They're kind of shy, but they're extremely peaceful and just wonderful little buddies. And they do really well with shrimp because Otocinclus are strictly herbivores. They don't care for any sort of carnivorous diet, which is great, which is also, again, why they do so well in shrimp tanks. And they just nom nom on the algae on the glass because they are kind of a small sucker fish. And, I felt bad with my one auto in here all by himself. So I knew I had to get him some buddies. And when I called and placed an order for some Otocinclus at Petco, I found out that they were also on sale for $1.99 per auto. And I thought, you know what? That's not a bad price. So I decided I'll just buy your entire stock. Which I did. I bought every single Otocinclus they had in stock that day, which is earlier today. So 10 autos altogether. And they're acclimating right now with some drip acclimating. So, getting them suited to the new tank. And, this tank is kind of blasé because there's really nothing going on in here. This tank's just been kind of sitting here waiting to do something interesting. It's just got so many Malaysian trumpet snails all over the place and assassin snails. And these are a few rescued fish that I got when they were babies. So, there's not a lot of interesting stuff going on here. So I figure, you know what? I want to try seeing if I can breed Otocinclus. Because here's the deal. Most Otocinclus, a good majority of them, do still come from the wild. And part of that is breeding them isn't really widely successful. It has happened to a few people in captivity, but no one really seems to know why or how they breed. Because I guess it just, some people get lucky and it happens to them at random. And I want to try and figure out if I can get them to breed, because honestly, I think the best situation is if you can get a fish to breed in captivity, and that way you don't have to take them out of the wild. I think that's a better situation for everyone. I understand that there are some situations where you have to get them from the wild. There really is no other choice. But, any step forward in progress we can make towards that would be awesome. So that's why I got a bunch of them, because I need a good spread to try and make sure I get males and females. And I'm hoping maybe I can figure out what makes them want to breed. Because, heck, if I can get them to breed in captivity, that'd be great. That means I can get them to people, without having to get them from the wild. And, aquarists do some very good stuff for wild fish in terms of conservation and ensuring that endangered species are well maintained in population and captivity. Aquarists do very important stuff for the wild. And part of that is, you have to start with wild fish at some point before you can breed them in captivity. So you need to get the starting stock somewhere, but it's got to start somewhere, so I figured, why not try, right? So maybe if I can get them to breed in my tanks, I can help curb the need for getting them out of the wild. But, Otocinclus are one of those fish also that where it's just like certain times of the year, it's just so impossible to find them. And if I can, again, get them to breed in captivity, I could have them available all year round, because it's an artificial setup. So that's kind of the hope for these guys. I'm really curious to see if I can get them to breed. And you know what? Even if they don't breed, I'm still okay with that because they're inexpensive fish. But I also want my little Manuel, I want Manuel, my auto, to feel comfortable in his tank with some new buddies. I won't know which one is Manuel anymore because they all do pretty much look the same. But I'll take comfort in knowing that my original Otocinclus now has friends. So, that's the new update with these guys.